Testing, Dallas, testing, testing, Dallas, testing. Testing, Dallas, testing. Testing, Dallas, testing, testing, testing. Welcome, everyone, to the semifinals, the medal rounds of the World Cup 2016 in Frankfurt, Germany. I'm Ethan Sturm. I'm going to be giving you some commentary for this game, the bronze medal match, as well as the gold medal match, both a little bit later in the day. Today, we get the Team USA, the two-time defending gold medalists of the World Cup, taking on Team UK, looking to get a medal for the first time in the team's history. These two teams have met twice before in international play. USA is 2-0. USA actually hasn't given up a quaffle point yet in those games. 4 years ago in Oxford, they defeated the UK 190-0. In 2014 in Burnaby, 150-0. That game a lot closer than the score might indicate. For a while, US was struggling to get anything going offensively. UK was making some nice stops. Things were looking close. US eventually pulling away. Of course, this final scoreline not always the only telling matter when it comes to how a game was played out. This weekend, both teams undefeated entering the medal rounds. USA in pool play took down Brazil 210-0. Germany 170-40 with a suicide grab that knocked them off the 1 seed line, and Norway 210-10. In the round 16, they beat Catalonia 270-10. In the quarterfinals, took down Belgium 130-50 in a game that was much closer than a lot of people were expecting. The UK, the only Pot 1 team that had to play 4 opponents on Saturday, they took down Turkey 170-40, Austria 170-0, South Korea 150-40, a suicide grab again, that one the one that knocked them off of the 1 seed line, and then beat Spain 220-0. In the round of 16, they dispatched of Slovenia 220-20, and in the quarterfinals took down Turkey 180-40. A lot to think about in this game. First of all, strategically, will the United Kingdom look to slow ball? They did it to some degree in that game we were talking about 2 years ago. We haven't seen much of it this weekend, period, from any team. Even in some situations where you could argue that really should have been what the team should have been doing for the best chance of winning. Will the UK try to play the United States straight up, or will they slow the game down? On the United States side, can they stay out of the referee's book? The Belgian semifinal was cards galore. Ashley Calhoun picking up 2 yellow cards almost in very quick succession. Basically, the U.S. played without a second beater for 3 consecutive minutes. On top of that, multiple quaffle fouls as well. A large part in why that game ended up so close. Obviously, Belgium also played very well to keep things so close, only losing by 50 quaffle points and, of course, the snitch grab. Also on the USA side, should we expect equitable playing time throughout all of their quaffle and beater lines, or are we going to start to see the U.S. favoring their top lines? In the past, at these World Cups, the U.S. has been very equitable in play time because they've just been the best and they've wanted to get everybody play time. With that scare in the quarterfinals, do we see that first line come out and stay in there, or maybe the first and second line, until they can really put this game out of range, or at least try their best to do so? Also, what's that telling? Is that telling that the parity is closing, or is it telling that the U.S. really needs to stop with their current selection process and just put their best 21 on the field? And of course, injury is always going to be a factor in a long tournament. Each team has one key one, both of them to female chasers. Jackie Woodburn for Team UK suffered a patella injury. Casey Irwin of Team USA suffered a leg laceration in practice leading up to the tournament. That leaves both teams a little bit short in depth in that department. Might change up a little what they can do strategically, and also puts a little extra onus on the female chasers that are still healthy. They're going to have to play more minutes. They're going to have to get through some tiredness. These are the kind of things that creep up late into the long days of bracket play, especially long days of competitive matches. Some key players to look at. On the Team USA side, you're always going to be focusing on Max Havlin, probably the best player in the world at beater. Can do things that just nobody else does, creates offense for this team, makes defensive stops for this team. When he's on, they're so tough to beat, and it's more valuable than really anything else they have. On the other side, you got John at beater. Best beater UK has kind of a similar storyline to Max, as it turns out, something that a lot of Americans might be familiar with. He wasn't beating at Global Games 2014. In that tournament, he was still a chaser. He's only switched the position in recent years, but sometimes that athleticism and that knowledge of the game can carry you so far, and it has for him. He's elevated to their best beater, and Max versus John is going to be a big battle to decide where this game goes when all is said and done. Obviously, Luke Twist, keeper for UK, is going to be doing a lot, going to have the quaff on his hand a lot. When we talk about what the pace of this game is going to be, he's going to be one of the key people dictating it. from start to finish. So to see whether you can stay comfortable through that, you have to be comfortable dealing with that U.S. pressure. You have to be comfortable resetting when the time comes. All things to take a look at. Teams are still practicing. We're about 3 minutes past what was supposed to be the start of game time. I think we will be getting started soon, however. Of course, on the other field at the same time, Australia will be taking on Canada for a spot in the finals. Australia and Canada both received medals at a World Cup before. Australia and the U.S., the only two teams to medal in both of the first two World Cups. Australia taking bronze in 2012, silver in 2014. The U.S. obviously has the 2 golds in back-to-back seasons. Canada got a bronze 2 years ago, but that was seen as a bit of a disappointment, considering they were the host, considering they'd been the ones playing Quidditch for the second longest behind the U.S. So falling short of Australia was seen as a bit of a letdown. That program has really kind of had a complete turnover in those 2 years. Now we get to see Canada, Australia, or we don't get to see, obviously the live stream field will be focusing on USA, UK, for a spot in the finals and a guaranteed medal. Stream's still looking good, and we appreciate sportsdeutschland.tv for all the work they've done. This stream is definitely one of the better ones we've seen in Quidditch to date, and we're really thankful. Obviously, I won't be having audio pumping in through the stream to hear. My commentary would then be kind of meshing with Willow's, and they both become extremely difficult to understand. So obviously, any referee calls, I'll kind of be working just with my eyes. I won't have any audio cues to figure out exactly what's being called, and same with goals. Teams are huddling up. It looks like we will be getting started shortly. In terms of names, I will be doing my best. The USA names I should be able to more or less get, but with a grainy stream and less very small last name tags on the back of the UK players, it might be a little bit more difficult for me on that side. I can promise no bias in the commentary itself. I can't promise no bias in my depth of information. Obviously, I hail from the USA. I'm a lot more familiar with those players. Christine, I would suggest checking one of the Quidditch Post links, maybe the Quidditch Post Europe link or the Quidditch Post Canada link. Might be your best place to find a live Twitter updates of the Australia game. I've also been told that there is an Australian with that's running a low quality Facebook live stream off of his phone. I don't know exactly where to track that down specifically. Thank you, Lexi. QP Europe is the Twitter that will be live tweeting the Canada-Australia game. Here we see Coach James Hicks of Team USA giving his team pregame speech, pumping them up. Obviously, for the United States, nothing short of a gold medal is acceptable. This is a must-win game for the team. For the UK, obviously getting onto the medal podium would be a huge value to this program moving forward. They can do that with a loss in this game. They can get back and win the bronze medal game, but they want the win here too. Guaranteed medal, taking down Team USA. This is what you come here to do. And there's no doubt that the UK is going to be putting everything they can into it. UK in a semicircle with their captain talking to them. I believe that's Ben Morton, who played for the team in 2012 and then coached the team in 2014, and now is playing again in 2016 along with captaining. In case they're picking up audio, I can swing on their audio for a minute. Sorry, I can't.
US supporter if it's Ben Morton. Brazil.
That was not a good idea. I apologize. I figured I would try. Starters are coming to the line. We're currently following along to a flag runner with the UK flag. UK now going through their cheers. And it looks like we are about to get underway. US is already at their starting line. UK about to join them. Referees having a last-minute meeting before they get started. Field 2 actually seems to be far better situated for the live stream that they've been running. It was a little bit off center in the earlier all day Saturday and earlier Sunday. Now they've almost got the camera to midfield. We should be able to get some nice angles of the comings and goings of this match. Can't see the starting lineups right now. I did see Lindsay Morella was on the starting line for Team USA at one point when they were panning through. But right now, we're just focusing on the midfield and the refs meeting. Referees have obviously been a controversial part of this tournament so far. Different levels of called physicality calls, a lot of throws after beats that haven't gone called. This is all across the board, not towards any particular team in any way. We'll see how that ends up playing out in this match. Yes, Team UK is on the left in the mainly white with some red trimming. Team USA is on the right with the vertical Waldo stripes with the blue tops on. Referees disperse. We should be just about to get underway. I'm sorry, I believe now we're having coach and captains meetings. We are definitely off to a slow start in this game. Snitch runs by on the feed. We still can't see starting lineups. Ben Morton at the captain's meeting for Team UK. Molly Lensing and James Hicks there for Team USA. Hicks and Lensing non-playing coaches. No, you're right, Mirando. The Guafo and the Bludger are not on the starting line. I assume someone's going to fix that before Brooms Up is called. So Team UK, in what we've seen of them, which isn't much, they've only been on the live stream once all weekend, seem to have a little bit of trouble piecing together something offensively. They've been very drive heavy. Obviously, it's a difficult thing to do against a physical team like Team USA. Defensively, they're going to need to be tight. This Team USA team loves to pass. They love to drive and dish. This isn't a team that's throwing long passes back and forth across the field. U.S. wants to get into a lane driving and find one pass. If you can cover those up well, you have a chance of shutting them down. You need to keep your beaters in the play. The U.S. beaters are going to try to wreak havoc. But if you can do all that, you are leaving the door open for the U.S. to fail to execute on some of their shots, on some of their passes. Thank you, Cameron, for posting the Facebook Live of the Canada-Australia game. Like I said, I knew somebody was doing it. I just wasn't sure where to find it. There we go. Game balls are being properly placed on the center line by the referee team, which means we should be just about to get underway here. Semifinals of the 2016 World Cup, the United Kingdom looking to get on the medal podium for the first time, taking on the two-time defending champion Team USA. A chance at gold for the winner, a chance at bronze for the loser. We are underway in the semifinals of the World Cup. Quaffle is loose on the ground. A beat by Michael Duquette forces the UK chaser to retreat. Shane Herbert takes control of the ball. Andrew Hull playing point defense on Shane. Shane gets right past him, but has to slow down because of the beating play. His throw is errant, looking for Simon Arends, and that's going to force a turnover. Some ugly play early there from Team USA. Julia Baer and Lindsay Morrell both on the field. Team USA in a 2-male beater set at the moment. Simone Arends gets in the way of that pass. He's got the turnover. He's looking to run. There's no beater in the play. He's one-on-one with Hull. He flips it around. He misses Julia Baer by a lot. And Team UK is again able to take possession. 2 ugly offensive possessions to start for the USA, mixed with barely a possession, a quick turnover from the Team UK in their first offensive set. Arends looking to play point. Team USA still in their 2-male beater set. Duquette is pressing. But actually ends up a little out of position. Haviland's beat misses, and Julia Baer is the one who has to make the stop there. She does. Duquette recovers. Arends gets over to Herbert, who has to slow it down. Still 0-0. We have a delayed penalty call. So in a game yesterday, Team USA had an issue with being across the soft boundary. Considering they're pointing to feet and talking to the team coach, I assume that's what we're dealing with again. Not a call you see very often in Quidditch unless it's directly affecting play. Players just slightly across the soft boundary. Still something that shouldn't be happening again in the same weekend after you got called for it once. But no call, it's just a warning, it looks like, and USA stays in control. Herbert gets tackled in a drive. Ball is loose. Picked up by the UK. There's no bludger. Hull outruns Arends, puts it through. The UK's up 10-0 early. Second game this tournament, the US trails in the opening minutes. Norway also got up 10-0. US looking for the quick response. Herbert's again wrapped up by Hull, who takes him down. He can't get to Arends. It's stolen. Sorry, Hull was not on the tackle. Hull was the one who briefly recovered that pass. Again, occasionally I'm going to get names wrong. There is some grainy film. This is another turnover. UK has it. Arends with the point-blank block and recovery. Game stays 10-0. Huge chance there for the UK to go up 20-0. Chaser just waited a bit too long probably for that shot. Gave Arends enough time to touch up and make the stop. US is staying in the 2-male beater set. No, now they are subbing out of it. Michael Duquette comes out for Ashley Calhoun. Lindsay Morello comes out for Andrew Axtell. Jake Archibald also subbing in for Shane Herbert. This is Harry Greenhouse also in. This is the line we've seen do the most work for Team USA so far this weekend. A lot of QCB, the team that won the US Quidditch Cup. Greenhouse looking for Andrew Axtell. Axtell can't handle the pass. He was wide open to put it in. Miss execution again from the US. And now here comes the UK trying to drive. Pass behind. Andrew Axtell with the hit. Looking to make sure it's legal. He forces a loose ball and he's able to pick it up. US needs to calm it down. They need to get on the board if they're going to start having a better game. Max Haven loses a bludger exchange there. And now the UK gets the push, and the US is forced to retreat. And we're going to get a yellow card for contact from behind. And this is the kind of thing I've been talking about here. Obviously, that tackle was very brief, was quickly disengaged on, in no way affected the run of play, and a card is given there. These are just not the cards we need to see. Greenhouse now in possession. Archibald Howe has some space to run. He's going down the right side. Axtell and Baer are his options. He overthrows Baer, who kicks for a reset, and Greenhouse is the one there. Archibald is able to slip into the hole. He's got some space. He throws it in. His marquee spin right next to the hoops, and it's 10 all. UK now back in possession, looking to score some more. 10-10, a good result for them so far in this game. Here we see them start to slow the game down a little. This is what a lot of people expected to see here. Questions of delay of game because they are behind the beater and not moving forward. That is strictly defined in the rulebook as a delay of game. They're still moving it back and forth, though. As long as they're passing, everything's fine. Here they're looking to drive. Axtell and Greenhouse both there to cut down that drive. Forced reset. Long pass behind. She's open. She puts it through. 20-10 UK. Beautifully executed play there. In a man defense, that's always going to be the keeper's responsibility. So that one's on Archibald. Nothing you can do on the hit there, but he's got to be ready for those hoops. We get a blue card. I don't know what at this point. It's like I said, it's kind of been the summation of this weekend. Number 9, who received the blue card, also doesn't seem to know what exactly the card is for. Greenhouse with the ball up the right side. Tyra Walker makes his debut into the match at beater for the U.S. A block there from Team USA. They get control. Harry Greenhouse is driving. He has Axtell in the middle. Axtell with the bludger block. Goal is good as long as they consider that a block, and I believe all the refs agree, 20 all. Very even play so far. UK's been more controlled, but they've also been sharper in their execution. US has probably been a little bit more everywhere and causing more havoc, but they've missed some opportunities for sure. Axtell and Greenhouse playing some high point defense here. UK keeper coming up the left side. He's looking to pass again. Archibald is all over the pass this time. That's more what you expect from Archibald, who didn't get to the pass to the female chaser on the prior possession. He swats it away with his trademark dive. US back in possession. Still a 20-20 game. Gotta imagine we're at least 5 or 6 minutes in at this point. UK with bludger control. Walker trying to get it back. His blood beat misses. US is going to be forced to reset. Instead, Archibald attempts the long shot. He might not have had a reset option in his opinion. It's missed. Alyssa Burton now also on a female beater for Team USA. UK maintaining bludger control. And they beat to force a no bludger situation. Greenhouse is able to make the tackle. Archibald with the deflection. He's going to make there's a scuffle on the field. We're getting no call. I think the call is fine there. All tackles look legal. Andrew Axtell is looking to run. A good tackle there slows down the pace. Ball now in the possession of Greenhouse. Walker blocks one bludger, misses on the other, but I think he's called beat to begin with, which is going to force another no bludger. UK pressing high. This time the U.S. is able to work out of it. Axtell, Greenhouse, and Archibald spread themselves out, receive the pass. Morella now the female chaser for the Team USA. Burton able to do enough, I believe, to get bludger control back for the Team USA finally. Greenhouse is forced to swing across to Archibald. There's no bludgers in the middle of the play. Archibald is looking to drive. He swings by one. He hits the mid-range shot, and it's 30-20 Team USA. Archibald's second of the game. UK with the ball out on the right wing. There's no bludgers around. The hit is made. There's no call. And now the U.S. is looking to drive again. We lose the play on the camera. I assume it's a no bludger situation. The pass across, two-handed, just gets it to Morella, who catches it just above the ground and throws it in. 40-20 USA. UK now needs to start working their way back into this game. US is starting to pull away. A 30-0 run for Team USA. And it's been that fast break, which is Jake Archibald's game that has worked so well for Team USA throughout this tournament. In a lot of other aspects, they haven't been better than anyone else. Sam Himowitz now the point defender for Team USA. Tyra Walker is able to force an aggressive play. The female chaser for the UK is isolated up there. Amanda Turtles chooses not to push. Walker with the beat. There's going to be another turnover. Let's see if the US tries to run again. Bernardo Burgess is now the keeper for Team USA. Lindsay Morella with on the left side, a quick pass back. Sam Himowitz with the pass. Bernardo Burgess catches it, finishes. Goal is, I believe, called good. 50-20 USA. They are now on the verge of putting it out of range. A much better response from Team USA after a slow start. Team UK is going to need to get bludger control back if they hope to have a hope of getting back in this game. Walker's definitely been the difference maker. After both Duquette and Havlin really struggled in the bludger game, it's been Walker who has been their best. No bludger situation here. Morton gets tackled by Sam Himowitz. Amanda Turtles looks like she's there to clean it up. It should be US ball when this pile unravels itself. Burgess with the ball. Now over to him. Now over to Michael Parada. I apologize. I'm pretty sure I'm even getting US names wrong. The stream's just too grainy to really identify people. That's Burgess, though, from mid-range. 60-20 USA. They are out of range here at what has to be about the 9 or 10 minute mark. Referee discussion. I believe this assistant referee is going to say beat before. There's no way he was beat before on that play. Going to talk about it with another AR. Don't get me wrong, Burgess was beat on the play, if that is what this conversation is, but definitely after the shot. Still conversing. This is longer than a ref conversation of this on this subject should ever be taking. Now, Team UK coach is in there discussing the call. So the goal is called no good. UK is now back in snitch range. So now UK will drive, looking to pull it back to within 20. They don't have bludger control. Bludger control back in the hands of Team USA. Walker makes a beat, and now he's able to press. No UK bludgers in the area. Walker forces the turnover. US can drive. Bludger for the UK is thrown into the middle, but it's nowhere near Sam Himowitz, who throws it in. 60-20 USA. No debating this goal. USA back out of range. Cameron not following the play. It's a no bludger situation, but Walker's able to clean it up after the Quaffle defenders force a pass, and that's what makes it so difficult to deal with this Team USA team. Even with a bludger not in the area, the gang tackling able to stop the goal. We get another stoppage. This one happening way on the other side of the field. Update is for anybody not following along to the chat that's going on here. Australia currently up 30-10 over Canada. Yeah, I agree, Evan. This has been all Tyler Walker for the better part of this game. And it looks like a UK injury, by the way, is what this stoppage was for. Number 17, I believe. But yeah, it's been all Tyler Walker. And credit to Team USA coaches. They're recognizing this. They're not pulling him out of the game. They're saying, this is your game now. Run with it. And he's really doing a great job of it, but no doubt. Still pause for the injury timeout. Team UK coach talking to the ref again. And now I think we're getting another ref conference. Definitely killing the face of this game. All of our ref debating why this couldn't happen during the injury part of the timeout is a great question. Australia now 40-10 in the other semifinal. The Australians looking to return to the gold medal game after doing so in 2014 in Burnaby, where they fell to the United States. Referee meeting breaks up. So I believe the play ended, and we'll see when the camera actually goes over there with USA in quaffle possession after stopping that fast break. Yeah, it does appear that's the way with UK retreating. Tyler Walker's still in the game, looking to run. Even more so than some of his quaffle players are, to be honest. Probably a quaffle sub going on. It is. Hayden Appleby now on the ball. Shane Hobart on his right. A beat there by the UK. Forces some pressure. Appleby's forced to get over to Stu Driftlot. The beat is missed, though. And it's a pass to Shane Hobart. One hoop up, and he dunks it through that one. 70-20 the US. But that's the scary thing sometimes when you push those bludgers too high. The US able to throw it over the top. We saw Australia really struggling with that a lot yesterday. UK coming back up with the quaffle now. Down 50. Have it on the left side. Swings it back to the middle. UK slowing the game down now, looking to work that bludger advantage. Walker's beat out of the play. There's no bludger in sight. Pass is knocked down, though, by Hurlbert. UK still able to recover. Herbert making the tackle, though, back behind the hoops. But he slips through. Pass/shot almost goes through a hoop, but misses, and it's recovered by Stu Driftlot. Appleby now with it on the left side. Havlin now back in for Walker. Walker finally gets some breathing time. Havlin makes the beat, but can't really press the advantage. He beats off the defender for Appleby. Appleby makes a block. Now he's going to look to drive. He goes through, but the tackle's made. Swings it behind Herbert's beat before he can dunk it through. Good defense there from Team UK. $70-20 now. Gotta imagine we're 12 or 13 minutes into this match. Obviously, 18-minute seeker floor. Keeper takes it through the middle, passes. Camera doesn't follow the pass. But apparently there was a goal. I don't know if that shot went through or what exactly, but 70-30 now. Team USA over Team UK. Hurlbert looking for the quick response. Flips it around to Driflot, or Bear swings it over to Driflot. Driflot looking to drive on no bludgers. He gets up in the air, throws it through from mid-range. 80-30 Team USA. Australia-Canada game now 50-30, but here it's still only 80-30. Still only a couple goals from the UK to be in range. Driflot does a poor job of point defending there. Ten's looking to run on Appleby. Swings it across, but I don't think anybody was waiting for that pass. Havlin with the ball way on the left side wing here, the bludger that is. U.S. has bludger control. This looks a little bit like a play that QCB likes to run, where they kind of pincer the singular beater that the other team has. We'll see how it runs out. Here, Havlin looks to make the play. It's a no bludger situation created by Havlin, and Archibald's looking to run with it. Shot is no good. Missed mid-range shot there. Still 80-30. Havlin's still chilling out on this left wing. I think he's going to try to sneak up on a Quaffle player. Some Texas League tactics right there. U.S. with bludger control. Havlin forced out of the play briefly. Makes the beat. UK is forced to reset again. 80-30 remains the scoreline. Snitch looking ready to maybe be coming on. Could be creeping towards that 17-minute mark. Snitch is on the pitch, which means we're at the 17-minute mark. 80-30 is the scoreline. Reset back to the middle. Burton now stepping up to apply a little pressure. Havlin's back fighting for bludger control. Burton does provide pressure. Havlin helps, and now it's a no bludger situation. A fast break. Sorry, not a no bludger situation. One block for Appleby, but the second block's not successful. UK takes back Quaffle possession. UK has forced to reset. A long pass is handled by the UK. They have a shot. It's good. This is just 10 points away from being in range, potentially, because we have another stoppage in play. Australia catches. They are the first team in the finals. One of these two teams will soon be joining them for a shot at the gold medal. With that goal, though, which of those teams it is very much up for debate. The U.S. is just 10 points outside of snitch range right now. Snitch is on pitch. Seekers aren't yet. Sorry, they are now. Jason Bowling starts at Seeker for Team USA. Being Seeker defended. Duquette now in at male beater. He's going to give Bowling a chance here. But that also is leaving a lot of space on the other side for Team USA. You have to wonder why Team USA is even playing with beating off Seeker beaters here when they're only up 40. They need to get this further out of range. Axtell now with the ball, and we have another stoppage. I think this one might be an injury timeout. So just a quick update, since it looks like some Aussies have made their way over to the stream now that their game's over. This game hasn't been something like the U.S. getting too many fouls or just having an off day. The UK has played them very well. They've executed better than the U.S. has. They've had some very nice catch and release goals that have gotten them on the board. Their beaters, especially early in the game, were getting the better of the USA. They were having ball control and they were doing things with it. About halfway through the game, the U.S. switched to Tyler Walker at beater. He took over the game for a while. That's when USA went on a 40-50-0 run that put them out of range finally. Then they slowed down again. They went to that third line that I talked about a little in the pregame. That might be a step down from the rest of what Team USA can do on this pitch. And it slowed down the game for sure. Snitch came on pitch. UK almost immediately scored on a nice mid-range shot. It's now 80-40. Snitch on pitch. And that's where we are right now. And we're back in play. Bowling still the seeker for Team USA. Tyler Walker now in at beater, which I believe would mean the injury was to Michael Duquette. Like I said, I completely couldn't see the injury happen off camera. Simona Renz with the ball. Now it's Archibald with it on the wing. He takes the mid-range pass. He gets it over to Julia Bear, who finishes 90-40 USA. A couple more goals could prove decisive. The UK looking to answer in a hurry, and that pass is picked off. And now the US can run, if they want, everybody behind the play, but they're going to slow it down. Understandably, they're up 50 now. Runs with the ball in his hand. Snitch way over on the UK side. Has been for most of the time since he came on pitch. The US is actively working him back towards the other side, you can tell. Going to get a card here on the Team UK chaser for contact from behind. I don't know. I don't even know anymore, people. I'm really sorry, but I don't know anymore. Runs over to Archibald. Archibald has Bear on the wing. He can't find her. There's a little bit too close to the UK keeper, and now the UK is looking to break. Axtel's able to get in front of the defender, as is Aarons, but he slips through both of them, and he misses the mid-range shot. Had an open attempt at the hoop. Huge chance to get within 40, and it rims out. Des, that may well be, but the signal is for contact from behind. Arenswith with on the left side. Snitch right in the middle of the field. Margot Aylman now in at seeker for Team USA. USA is just killing time, letting Aylman do his work. Now a no-bludger situation, and Simona Arenz looking to take advantage. It's not a no-bludger, still a UK beater right in the middle of the play. Arenz is going to slow it down again. US has nowhere to go right now. They have no reason to go anywhere right now. Up 50, just letting their seekers do the work. Aylman gets a chance there, can't come up with it on a dive. US just keeps slowing the game down. You know, a lot of people talk about slow balling and doing it against the U.S. Thing is, U.S. teams have seen it the most of anybody, so they can slow ball if they want, if it's a strategic thing to do. Here, though, Andrew Axtell's looking to work on a no-bludger situation. Can't get through everybody. Swings over to Simona Arenz. Arenz misses the shot. It's recovered by Axtell. Play is outside of the frame of our camera. I apologize. The UK does take control, I think, on a beat. Another mid-range shot attempt here. Archibald able to make the stop point blank, but we have a foul. Or a delayed call coming from the ARs. Could be one of the beaters over on the snitch play. Could be one of the seekers. Maybe illegal defending of the snitch. Let's see. Now the head ref is once again talking to the Team UK coach. Now talking to the Team UK beater, who's going to receive a yellow card. And we're back live. Jason Bowling now once again the seeker for the U.S. He's getting a nice chance here. One of the longer stretches they've had. Sam Hamowitz now in the game for the U.S. And he's just working back and forth passes with Jake Archibald. Hamowitz now has a shot. He hits it, his second of the game, 100-40, Team USA. And now this one might start to be getting a little bit out of contention for UK. Nice dodge by Michael Duquette. The high jump. One of the more acrobatic and entertaining ways to dodge a bludger that we see from the top beaters in the game. UK forced to reset. Twist with the ball. Obviously, the longer this game goes, the more it favors the two teams on the other side of the middle round bracket. Australia and Canada are done with their game. They're resting up. Canada will play the loser of this game in the bronze medal game. Australia, the winner in the gold medal game. UK beater now deep in the U.S. offensive half. Archibald again, though, is simply able to wipe away a mid-range shot. Ball goes over the hard boundary. Because it is off the defensive keeper, the ball stays with the defensive team. Michael Parada entering the game at chaser for Team USA as well. He'll work up the right wing. Hamowitz on the left. Archibald in the middle. Calhoun with a nice grab there. Gives Aylman a chance. He can't convert. Hamowitz swings it across to Parada. Aylman again is getting some free time with the snitch. Obviously, there is a point where the UK has to keep their bludgers in the quaffle game and just hope that the US doesn't catch. It's the only way you can get back in the game. Sorry, Pascatoy, I don't know who the snitch is. Archibald floats one to Morella, who's able to get up in the air. Hamowitz ends up coming up with it. Swings over to Morella, but it was a bounce pass, so she can't handle it. It ends up in Archibald's hands. Team USA seems to be wherever the ball goes, and Archibald hits the mid-range shot. He gets his hat trick for the game. The U.S. is up 110-40, and they look clear for a trip to the gold medal game. They just need that snitch grab. Obviously, in a bracket play game, I would never say that if it's going to knock you out of a tournament, use suicide. That's just, it doesn't make sense to do that ever. There's no value. But when there's a bronze medal game to be played, it is something that has to go under consideration as this lead continues to get larger and larger. The gold is the ultimate goal, but for the UK, getting on the podium would be a huge deal. Only 4 nations ever have. That's the 3 that are still in contention. Canada, Australia, and the U.S. And, of course, France, who were the silver medalists in 2012. Ehlmann's still working at Seeker right now for the U.S. I think he got the grab that time. He has it in his hand. It didn't look like there was going to be much debate there. He's either hurt or tired. Refs are discussing. U.S. coach James Hicks, in his 2012 Team USA jersey, he was a member of that team, looking on close by. The catch is called good. Team USA will have a chance to defend their 2 gold medals in the finals against Australia, the rematch of the 2014 final in Burnaby. We'll be back for the remaining medal games, the bronze medal game, the gold medal game. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for Sports Deutschland TV for providing these live streams. We hope you enjoyed it. We will see you in a little while. Take care, everybody.